Are we live? I think we're live. Andy Hall here with Big Zeb. We're just talking about verbal flubs and Will Smith's new show. Chris Rock and Will Smith are doing a new show. It's called Slap Your Mama. That's not real. It was just something we were just, what were we doing? Were we workshopping a joke? I think we were workshopping a joke or something, Big Zebra, just now.
Hey, yes, exactly. We should have a writer's workshop somewhere.
Maybe this is it right here. Maybe this is it right here.
Well, I joined a writer's workshop recently,
Really?
and I was trying to find something nice to say about someone else's piece.
Yep.
And I said, "Oh, that's you've got a real turn of phrase, talent for a turn of phrase." And she said, "Turn of phrase?" And I had to explain what that was. And then later on, I said something away with words, and said away with words. And I didn't go back to that writer's workshop.
Yeah. I used to belong to Harvard Square Scriptwriters, and every week, it was a great group. It really helps my writing quite a bit. And at every single session, someone would bring in a script. We would have, we had a week to read it and then write down notes about it and how to make it better. And so we started off every single session with people saying something nice about the script, right?
Okay.
Because, that's just necessary. I think that's human resources 101. You got to say something nice before you say something not nice. So we would all go around and say something good about the script. And then we would talk about what areas the script needed, what are the need areas of the script. And you quickly discover that not everyone has an opinion, but this is a surprise to all of you, I'm sure, that not all opinions are created equal.
No.
So,
and some people didn't really read the script.
Well, yeah, and some people didn't read the script, or they didn't read it carefully, and yeah. But it was a good group. It's still going on today. If you're in the Boston area, the Harvard Square Scriptwriters, great group to be part of.
The thing is that script writing, like obviously there are many people who do it and such and such, but writing a script and getting it out there and it circulates. Even if you have a pretty good agent, I just think that script writing is sincerely pointless. Like Mordecai Richler used to write one script a year, and the only reason he did it was so that money would come in, and he'd write a novel. He didn't give it, the movies sometimes got made, but almost never.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of pre-production hell. What's up, John Hudson and 420? And you never know what's actually ever going to get done in Hollywood or in these small production companies. A lot of things get said.
Yes. Hey, John Hudson, your hat is not funny, and I'll fight anyone who says different.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's a fine line between criticism and critique.
Hi, Spooky.
What's up, Spooky? How you doing, Sam?
Good.
You look happy, though. It could just be the horns. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much the filter actually. You could be crying over there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the filter just turns your face.
I'm actually bawling my eyes out inside, but this filter does magic.
That's great. It's like it helps you person. Can you carry that around with you every day? Is there something that I could just put like this holographic filter over my face so people
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't have an echo today. This is great.
We don't have an echo. This is nice. Yeah.
By the way, to get an idea of just how weird Canada is, when somebody gets on Jeopardy who's Canadian, it makes the national news.
Really, huh? Yeah, I've been watching her on Jeopardy, of course.
I should watch Jeopardy, but I don't. Sorry,
Canada.
Okay. That's right.
Everyone really needs to go and check out Neil the 604 Atheists' latest deconversion story. I can't remember the lady's name, but she's Canadian.
Hmm.
And I don't think, or she might have been Scientology, but I think some sort of breakaway cult thing in India, and her story was
a breakaway Scientology cult in India. That sounds like some kind of Mad Libs, something like you're just going to throw a bunch of crazy words together.
Oh, is that the one started by Bill? There's some famous guy named Bill in Scientology, and he created a new sect because he felt that the original Scientology had lost its way.
It. But I came into it to hear her saying that she started to have red flags. She'd been in it for 6 or 7 years or something. And her first red flags was when the leader made sexual advances towards her, but he was meant to be celibate.
Oh.
And he said that he's the reincarnation of... there's a lot of Hindu stuff in it. So it was really odd. But I was just like, wow, like this woman was in a pure cult.
I'm so intrigued now. I'm wondering whether or not the Hindu gods are aliens, right? Because isn't Scientology all about aliens and Thetans? And so that's what
Well, they had their Vimanas that they flew in, and according to Hindu beliefs. So
I saw wonderful Ancient Alien episodes where they said that the I think you said Vanas. I can't pronounce it, John Hudson. Vimanas. Well, they were acorn-shaped, according to Ancient Aliens, and then they show pictures of the gods flying in spaceships that are clearly not acorn-shaped, and it's hilarious.
History Channel is so weak.
It is.
It's horrible. It used to have some good stuff on it. It's just like
back in the day, arts and entertainment was about arts and entertainment, and History Channel was about history. Yeah, no more. That was a long time. Yeah.
MTV was about music.
MTV was about old guy rant right here. That's what I'm doing. But, Sam, as soon as you said all those crazy words about Scientology, Indian cults, I'm like thinking to myself, what am I going to ask Sam, or how long is it going to take to hear about some dude banging women he shouldn't be banging, like the cult leader. And dude, you beat me to it before I could even say it.
Well, isn't that what it seems like that always takes them down,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was quite heart-wrenching too. Like, it was probably one of the most intense stories I've seen on his show. It was like I was watching something on CNN or something, She was talking about this 24-year-old girl who died. Now, this sect itself was split in two as well. There was the part that the foreigners went to, and then the part where the native village people went, and they were put to hard labor and all sorts of things. But this 24-year-old girl...
If you don't mind me clarifying this, you're saying that there was a two-class system, that there were foreigners, and then the locals were basically slave labor?
Yep.
Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought that would happen? Totally
the
shocking.
British?
Look at all these brown-skinned people. What are we going to do?
Yes.
Cult and forced labor.
I like to say complimentary things that can be misunderstood as racist. My East Indian friend and I, he was something of a neurotic busybody, and we were out in Toronto late at night, and we go up to this hot dog stand. I'm hungry and I want a couple of hot dogs. And he gets angry because I'm not dressing the dog correctly. And he takes it out of my hands and starts putting on the ketchup and the whatever. And
Ketchup.
I'm white as goat. Yeah, I know. I put ketchup on hot dogs,
Ah,
but I'm as white as a ghost. He is the deep brown of India,
Mhm.
and behind the hot dog stand is she is also clearly Indian,
Mhm.
and he's taken my hot dog and putting the toppings on it because I don't do it right.
It sounds
And
very
so,
sensual.
yes,
says-
and you're right. It does. It
That
didn't
sounds
occur to
very
me.
sensual. I have to tell you that.
So I loudly, in a very chipper voice, say, "This is why the British never wanted to leave India. Everywhere you looked, there was a brown person wanting to chip in and help out.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, yeah, I think I said a chipper, cheerful brown person.
Wow.
And she has this nervous smile on her face.
Funny.
And
That's
my
funny.
friend Sal's kind of shocked.
Okay, so that was a diversion. Sammy, we can go back
Yes.
to the story, please. That was
Mm.
that was like some kind of crazy diversion of a crazy
Thank you.
story.
Isn't it great, though?
So this 24-year-old passed away, and this leader put out a statement that she died of heart complications. Her father had died of a heart attack, and her sister also had heart complications. Now, after the girl died, the mother was asked and said, "My husband didn't die of heart anything. My other daughter's perfectly healthy. It's all a lie." And when they demanded their daughter's body back, they cremated her
I was going to say
and
cremation. Yeah.
sent back the ashes.
Yeah.
So they couldn't even investigate the body. And the girl doing on Neil's channel was saying that, it's just as likely that she was abused to death as it is that these rituals and things that they had to do, like they worshipped till midnight.
Yep.
They were up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So they were kept sleep deprived.
Yep. That's normal
They
for
were
cults too. That's normal for cults. Forced labor, keeping the person, in this kind of half sleep, half awake consciousness, so that they're more malleable, so that they don't have the cognitive abilities to get themselves out. Yeah, that's unfortunately normal.
Yeah. And malnutritioned. They have this very strict diet that's in their Bible or whatever, and it essentially keeps them malnutritioned. So they're constantly in this fog.
Yep. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That it is sad, but I you hear a lot of these cult stories where, once again, sleep deprivation, not enough calories per day, forced, busy work, basically. Yeah, that's all, and of course the sexual abuse. That's all part of the cult playbook 101 stuff. Yeah.
That's
The
why
moonies do that too.
I'm waiting to see who speaks again. Okay.
So polite.
That's
You know,
why I say don't drink the fucking Kool-Aid.
You can, and this is why I've from a very early age I've been very straightforward with my kids about religion and cults, and I've shared with them my own stories about my encounters with cults and crazy religious people. And if you're an atheist and you're not sharing those stories, and if you're not trying to inoculate your kids against falling into these traps, then you're not doing your job as a parent. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Because both my kids are in prime cult recruitment age right now. They're both early, young adults trying to find their way in the world. My boy is about to turn 20, and my daughter's like in high school, so they're both prime cult recruitment age.
I'm really lucky. My oldest son is like a little clone of me. So he's quite anti-theist, if anything. And my stepson, they're the only two old enough for it to even be an issue. When he was at the age where it was going to happen or not, and he was getting quite sucked into the whole God thing because his father was a pastor and stuff like that. But thankfully, his father was also a piece of crap human being.
Oh, fine.
So he put the two and two together and went, well, religion didn't make him very nice, so it must be all lies. And he hates religion now. So
good for him.
And I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Mm.
You know?
It's good when other people, when the other side does its work for you. You know, when the other side shows who they are in real life.
And
Yeah,
this
that's
guy was going from
old
church to church, essentially living off the kindness of people until they had enough and would tell him to go on his way, and he'd just go to the next church and do it all again.
Well, it's a scam, right? That sounds like a scam.
Yeah.
When I was taken to church as a kid, Grandma took me a couple times. I always raised so much hell because I can't sit still anyways. That it's like I was invited to go twice, and then it's like just stay home as an embarrassment.
Well, you lucked out, John Hudson. You lucked out. I remember fondly sitting in very hard wooden pews as a child.
I have a hard time sitting still as an adult, let alone 6-year-old John, Yeah.
Well, that could be the name of a working title for your autobiography, ADHD, Save Me from Religion.
My dad used to fall asleep in church, and we undersized kids had to try and prop him up without bursting out laughing.
Right.
Because he'd lean over and,
So you're like a bookend, basically. You're like one of
Yes, we were bookends from my dad. It was hilarious.
Right.
You think God would be more riveting and attention-getting, but no.
You would think so, but no, not at all. Not at all. At least the Catholics have you kneel and move around a bit more, I think, than Proddies do. I don't know.
Oh, you're up and down and kneeling and standing up. There's just no end to it.
Yeah, that should keep you awake. That's just to keep you awake. And it's kind of like a cult in the fact that they're having you to do a lot of busy work, right?
Well, that's why the witnesses sing.
The Mormons just sit through it all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's no wonder you guys
If you get to halfway and everyone's doing this, they say, "Get up, let's sing a song."
What freaked me out is when I went to one of them holy roller churches. My sister's a pastor, and when I was down in Phoenix, I was in my early 20s. She's like, "Oh, you need to come visit our church and such." And one guy hugged me, and I shoved him off, get off me, My sister was horrified. Why would you do that? I'm like, I do not know this man. Okay. Well, we don't do that here. I'm like, no, I do. It just freaked me out. I did not like the handsy, touchy. And another thing is the lady speaking in tongues. It freaked me out. I'm like, I thought she was having a seizure or something. I'm like this, because the only church I'd done some catechism with some friends, just to have something to do. And I went to Methodist church, Protestant, Lutheran, just to see what it was about. And nobody ever tried to grab me and hug me or anything like that. And I thought it was totally creepy.
Oh, it is. You're spot on with that analysis, sir. It is totally creepy.
Can I introduce something off topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, a hilarious thing. You know how in the U.S. You can't sell Kinder Surprise because the toys are a choking hazard?
Choking hazard, yeah.
Yes. Well, now there's a good reason to not sell Kinder Surprise: salmonella.
Really?
Yes. And Canada, the UK, there's a salmonella outbreak. So now Kinders have a real surprise inside. And it's salmonella.
Okay, so for people here in the States who may not know what that is, you want to just explain what the
Kinder Surprise is a lovely chocolate egg that has inside it a plastic capsule that has a little toy inside. And you get to make them, and some people collect them, and often they're kind of fun. So Kinder Surprise is also a very delicious blend of chocolate, two chocolates. And in the US, they were banned because they might be a choking hazard, and a lot of fun was made of the US for that.
If they had a gun,
because
Kinder Classics, they would be money, be fine.
You're right.
Yes, and I think we made fun of America because it really any safety thing that you try and bring out is just laughable because of all your guns. It's like, oh, don't let the babies choke, but they can shoot themselves in the head with that gun.
We have guns in case somebody wants us to have Kinder Surprises.
Hey, that chocolate is phenomenal. You guys are missing out. Plus, you get this cool toy. I've gotten Kinder Surprises since I was a little boy.
I know my grandson had them, and he's only 6. So this has got to be semi-recent that they banned them.
Maybe they sell them in the US, but not with the toy.
Well, there's like the weird little things in them. That white stuff inside just grossed me out. I've never tried it.
White chocolate? You don't like white chocolate?
Hazelnut.
Chocolate is not supposed to be white.
Maybe
put stamps it right there. Chocolate's not supposed to.
Dark chocolate is good.
What about a scam where we try to sell white chocolate to white supremacists?
Oh, I like that.
I am racist.
And then they buy it, and then we don't ship it.
I'm racist. I hate
John is technically right, though. There's actually no such thing as white chocolate.
Really?
It's not. Yeah, well, it's not chocolate at that point.
Oh,
the white stuff. There's no cocoa in it, so it's not chocolate.
It's still good, though.
I guess you'd call it like a milk solid.
That makes it sound like a bowel
something that might ooze out of your butthole or something,
Yeah, like
there was a milk solid that.
What is the milk dud? That's what I want to know.
Speaking of milk duds, take and put them in the microwave for 10 seconds, put them on a paper plate, and eat them with a toothpick. They just melt in your mouth.
I know. I had no idea.
Oh, you got to try it. You got to try it. Any plans for the weekends?
What have I got? It's my kid's birthday coming up, so I think we're getting together tonight and doing some birthday stuff. My eldest, and I don't know, man. We're just doing stuff over the weekend. I don't know what. It's always this. It's writing crappy jokes, living whatever life I'm living. Yeah.
What was your latest article there, Dr. Knart? I wanted to mention it.
It's about there's a breakaway area, Russian, of course, called Transnistria. It borders Moldova and Ukraine. And, it's a breakaway region, basically. It's only been acknowledged by Russia and some of the other breakaway regions. But I thought Transnistria, who would hate that place? The name of that place would be Florida, because they just signed that Don't Say Gay bill. And so my attempted humor would be Transnistria signing a bill called the Don't Say DeSantis bill into law, and it would be outlawing anyone being able to say Florida or DeSantis in the country of Transnistria, because so much Christian hate from Florida has been flooding online towards this small country or this small region. So it's my I think it's topical on two different ways. You see what I did there? I got to make fun of the Russians and Floridians at the same time in Ron DeSantis. Yeah.
Well, by the way, here's a link to that article. I just looked it up. And if you haven't pressed the follow button, do that. You do get little alerts on email when you subscribe to Only Sky. There's no cost involved. And you just register, and then you can get alerts from whoever you want.
That actually does help quite a bit. I would appreciate it if anyone is watching do that.
What's that?
But yeah.
What
I'm so crappy at promoting my own work. It's like, hey, I look at other like real YouTubers who are like going every 5 seconds they're promoting their either their merch or the Patreon account, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just here to make jokes and to provide some insight.
That's one of the things that works about YouTube is everybody who watches YouTube stuff has their own channel. Am I supposed to?
You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to, John.
I'd rather not.
So the girlfriend says Kinder Surprise is banned in the U.S., but Kinder Joy is sold in the U.S., where the toy is not in the chocolate.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Kinder Joy is kind of shaped like a dick. And it doesn't melt too quickly either, so you get some use out of it.
Spooky's here. Every once in a while I'll go over to Rage's channel, wondering what Rage is up to, just to see where he is in recovery from smoking. and I love Rage. I love Rage. I wish nothing but the best for Rage. But every once in a while I'll go and be like, oh, Rage is back on this whole Smokey Saint thing. Yeah, I haven't seen the recent. The last time I heard, Smokey Saint, pedophile, more than likely, right? Is that the?
He's gone through the trial or the courts with it, from what I got on Rage's show the other day.
Yeah,
and I like Rage too, but I wish he'd just back out of the Christian crazies, because he's such a smart guy, and just his political diagnostics or whatever. It can be so profound. I think get away from them toxic people.
His grasp of American politics is up there with you, Andy. Like,
yeah, it is.
He can converse up there with you, but then he gets onto like the smoky shit, and he's a different person. It's like,
I think
you're taking yourself down, bro.
It's well, I don't know. I mean, basically, people do this kind of work, especially people with small channels, do it because they like doing the work. And so I try to do the Marcus Aurelius quote, the tactic of being strict with myself, and not so quick to criticize other people with their work. I would rather keep my, that's the principle that I try to hold on to, because, he gets enjoyment out of it. I think that there is a need in the community to actually take it to the lunatic fringe Christians. And as long, it's like the cycle, it's like psychology, right? As long as it doesn't get in the way of other things in his life, this is what brings him joy, then it's what brings him joy. I don't know.
And that's, he sort of noticed that himself, and he'd say on his channel that he wants to pull back because it was affecting him, his life, and he sort of felt like he'd exposed his daughter unknowingly to that rubbish. And
the way they brought her in, I thought that was crap. I mean, there was a picture of him, like a family picture with his arm around the daughter, and I think he was actually giving her a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. And they're like, what? I'm thinking to myself, what has society came to that somebody's going to be criticized being a father giving their daughter a kiss? Jesus Christ.
Well, all these guys that are, from what I've seen, and I'm going to give myself a yellow card right now. All right. From what I've seen, most of the guys riffing on Rage with this kind of stuff are just a bunch of unfuckables to begin with. Here, I gave myself a yellow card, and I'm
giving you a standing ovation.
So of course they probably can't procreate anyway. So of course, why would they make fun of dad? It is good. It's evolution.
Projection.
Yeah, it's projection. That's what
Well,
it is.
just Kincaid and Powell
That kid's never going to
and Praise the way they've oh my gosh, and I've never watched any of their shows. Just what Rage puts on his show of what they're saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
I tell you what, I would have a personal vendetta myself, and I would go traveling and
Actually,
pass. I'd have to.
We do have a little bit of Biscuit news. My girlfriend and I have decided that we're going to bring the Biscuit over to the vet because Biscuit snores quite a bit, loud. And I am concerned about the cat's ear passages and everything. I don't know if I mentioned this before. And I don't know what we could do about it. And it doesn't seem to affect Biscuit a whole lot. But, oh, my fictitious God, when you hear her napping, it's like that kind of noise shouldn't come out of a cat. That's, yeah.
Is it one of those brachyderm cats where the nose is pushed in?
No, just a regular. I don't have a picture of Biscuit right now, but
it's just a hairball.
Got the hairball.
It's a hairball.
So if you shake the cat upside down from the back legs, just holding it in the air and shaking it, that'll solve that.
Oh, thank you for your medical advice. Maybe
sure.
I
was going to say that will summon demons too.
Nice. But Biscuit is overall in good condition. She's a happy cat. She's just been hanging out doing cat things, and I'll keep you updated about when we do take her to the vet and see what the cat doctor says.
Film it.
Film it.
Yeah, you just have the camera out, and just film the cat at the vet. It might be pretty funny. She might howl a bit, and then you put it on YouTube.
She will. Biscuit hates the cat carrier. She hates being in the car. The last time the girlfriend brought Biscuit to the vet,
great cat
we might have to give the cat some catnip or something to take the edge off, as the cat psychiatrists would say.
You use a lot of cat material in your show. It's time you produce some, damn it.
Oh, really? Wow, being bullied into making cat videos. Is that what's going on here? All right, everyone.
I just picture a zebra holding a cat by its back legs, shaking it, and that would summon the demons, I'm sure.
Well, you put the left cat in, you take the left cat out, and then you shake it all about.
Wow, hokey pokey. That's the way we're leaving the show. This is it. We're done. Right. Thank you, Big Zebra, John Hudson, 420. Everyone watching, Shambhala Hamla, everyone.
Shambhala.
Take care.